Can you see it? Yeah, and let me put in. I think you should test the slide. Is it okay?
Yes, Fabio. Thank you.
So those are the four, let's say, highlights I will try to cover. So having an idea of the big picture, trying to see which sectors are driving this kind of, let's say, raise of green jobs. In the definition, I will clarify. So I think that we might be a bit more optimistic in terms of how the sectors are moving if we take this approach. This is creating, for sure, a gap in skills, and this is substantially what we are covering, in the Initiate project, which is the project I'm also representing here today. And few lessons learned and possible pathways for creating jobs through the green transition. There are also some, the horizon is changing. I will discuss a bit of the Chinese context because I believe this is probably the most advanced in terms of global leadership today. Although we have been trying with Europe to lead the transition, I think that they are now above us. And the 15th five-year plan is showing that, probably they will not create so many jobs from switching to, let's say, greener industry and greener infrastructures. But this is something which is, pretty new, and I hope we'll have time to discuss also with David and the audience. So these numbers are coming from the global green jobs forecast by Forrester Research. So that's based on the definition of jobs in these 5 sectors. You see here, agriculture, energy, both in terms of generation and efficiency, circular economy and waste management, and conservation and services for protecting or for restoring the environment. Each of these sectors is asking for a number of, let's say, jobs and skills. And in this way, they are estimating that we have already achieved the 66 million of green jobs in 2024. They forecast the green jobs should become 84 million by the end of this decade. And then this is exactly what Davide was mentioning. The way LinkedIn is estimating the green job market. So through the advertisement of jobs, the speed they are growing is up to 4 times faster than the overall job market. So that's an estimation of the, let's say, of the demand of the job market, which is related to the way they advertise. So with all the caveats which have been already discussed. The sectors, and I think this is really something we can understand from analyzing the real world. So how each sector is evolving. So this is more a landscaping than an analysis which is putting together the green jobs. So for sure, the solar energy estimation from IRENA ILO report in 2025. In the report is referring to data of 2024. We had already in the world 7.3 million jobs given by the solar energy market, which is probably, the most has been the most dynamic market in the world, and now, as everybody knows, is led by China. Wind power has been creating, let's say, a space for green jobs. The transition in the green construction, this is a sector I try to follow in a more, let's say, in a closest way. About 20% of job posting, they are asking for green skills. So again, the lenses are from the LinkedIn report. So they are related to the posting of job positions. And they are asking for retrofit, skills in retrofit, efficiency, certification frameworks, which are leading the demand. Utilities, in general, utilities are leading the demand of jobs with green skills. Finance, this has been quite popular, and we have to understand how this is going to evolve if we are going to review the ESG policy framework and whatever will come from the next COPs at the global level. And then an interesting space is from tech and media. So jobs that are related to digitalization, communication, and media production. Again, you will see the references in the bottom of the slide if anybody would like to follow up on this. It seems that there is a gap widening in green skills because the growth rate of hiring is not satisfied by the increase in supply, and we are around 1 against 2 in terms of lack of green talent by 2050 as a forecast, starting from the current situation, which of course is more balanced. And in general, it seems that the probability to be hired, it's 50% higher if you have green skills against workers or applicants who have not green skills. So this is from the side of the offer. So people trying to find a job, it's a key condition, or is getting to be a key condition to have enough skills or show enough skills in the sector of green applications. So from finance to construction to utilities, this is a component of the CV which should be there. And what people are asking are technical skills, as it has been already said. So skills in renewable energy systems, in energy efficiency engineering, in design of circular economy systems, in climate data and artificial intelligence, or modeling and processing data from geographical information systems and from satellites, to more strategic and soft skills in sustainable procurement, which seems a sector with a very strong trend. ESG reporting and compliance related to corporate social responsibility and whatever moves around, climate policy and advocacy, and finance and investment. So let's zoom a little bit in the geographical spaces. As I was saying, China, it's acknowledged as a global leader, and especially on the technical side. So we have been talking a lot, we have been working a lot on the system, corporate social responsibility, finance, communication, while it seems that China investing in the technologies for transition now is leading the industrial sectors. The United States, they went through kind of acceleration with the Inflation Reduction Act and the Partisan Infrastructure Law, which was under the Biden administration. Of course, all we know that with the Trump administration, things are completely different. But this doesn't mean that the states are completely back, because key states are pushing the transition anyway. So it's slowing down, but it's not, of course, the sector is not disappearing. And the estimation is that they have around 4 million jobs in total, we might attribute to green jobs, as green jobs. In Europe, I will not spend so much time. We all know what has been done in Europe. There are countries, I will zoom in, with better performances than others, especially because of the strongest commitment at the national level and specific laws which have been accelerating some sectors. So it has been a demand-driven process. And in Asia, we have, together with China, India, and countries in the Middle East, I've been studying in a deeper level because of the climate change initiative led by my institute, the situation in the Middle East and in the Gulf countries. An important initiative was in the Emirates with a challenging target of in the creation of green jobs with an initiative still under development. So let's see Europe. In Europe, the estimation is around 7 million full-time jobs. Growth very significant if we compare this growth with the total economy. In the data are 2022. The growth is around 7 times the rate of growth of jobs in the total economy. In the better performing countries in Europe, we have Italy leading, essentially because of the quite strong investments in the solar energy and in general the renewables, also in the wind energy, with more than 1 million jobs estimated. So it seems the leading country nowadays, followed by Germany, and Germany more for the industrial transition, so the shift in sectors of industrial production. France, is a very good case in terms of, again, this is a LinkedIn estimation, in terms of growth of the posting of green jobs. And I was surprised by the performance of Portugal, while I was pretty sure that Spain would have been leading some of the statistics because of the solar employment, which is characterizing the country. In terms of drivers, we can attribute this development to the policies. So the Green Deal, the Repower EU, the legislation about the corporate social responsibility, and the renovation wave, which potential I think is not yet fully, let's say, deployed. And this is creating, on the other side, the key challenges in terms of supply of talents, because we have an uneven distribution of capacity, and we have an uneven distribution also of job losses. So the switch from the traditional job market to the greener job market would be quite uneven in Europe. We have for sure a gender gap. We have issues in terms of access to training. So I will stress the need of upskilling and reskilling in this context, which is it's critical in terms of restructuring the offer of education. And we have different, let's say, lessons we can take out from national policies. Here, just let's say, an overview of a few cases. Ireland is actually the most performing country in terms of advantage if people are let's say they own green skills. So this is an interesting case that we should study to understand why Ireland is so characterized. France has been developing a specific roadmap for green transition with successful results, and the reallocation of jobs is part of the strategy they've been issuing in 2024. In Spain, they've been creating a Just Transition Institute, and this is something which should be or could be extended to other countries. I think this is a key pillar of their, let's say, green and social policy, which is characterizing Spain in the last years. I'm showing here the South Korea as a global benchmark, and this is a case quite aligned in terms of strategy with the Chinese one, because it's driven by an enormous investment plan at the country level. So you see here that they've been launching an investment plan of about 140 billion US dollars, targeting about 2 million jobs by the end of this year. Let's spend a few words on the Chinese case, because this is where I think Europe has been losing the ground. They've been committing the full 14th five-year plan to achieve these results. So leading the renewable energy industry, transforming the infrastructure in the direction of being greener, which doesn't mean that they are green, that they have been achieving this goal, but the direction of switching transportation systems from fossil fuel to electrification is an enormous effort, which is driving the achievement of this huge number of new energy jobs by the end of the decade, and linking the GDP growth to this transformation. What I found interesting is that in the 15th plan, which has been approved in March of this year, let's say, green transformation, together with what they named the digital and the silver economy, so the aging of the population and the digitalization, will not really drive the creation of jobs in a direct way because of automation. So this is something that we should think of in Europe, that this doesn't mean switching to the green economy, that we will generate in a linear way a number of jobs from greening, because greening industries will probably go together an increase of digitalization and automation, and this will not result in jobs in a, let's say, as a linear outcome. Again, it's a more about a systemic understanding. Two words about Africa, because we have projects in Europe dealing with the African context, and I think it's interesting to see what is going to happen in a continent leapfrogging in implementing a green economy model. Substantially, Africa is driving. In Africa, the green transition is driving the generation of jobs, at least the more decent and the more, let's say, skilled jobs. You have here just a list of achievements from key countries. It's something we should monitor in terms of cooperation with Africa from a European perspective, in terms of the localization of industries and the impact this might have on our job market, because this will happen as the more the African countries are equipped for absorbing industrial production, the more you will see that we will transfer industries and industrial activities there, and this again will make not linear the development of green jobs in Europe because of the green transition. Going to conclude, I extracted a few recommendations from the policy toolkit the OECD has been publishing on the green transition. And as you see here, there are key recommendations in the field of education and supporting workers to approach the green economy. In terms of reskilling, support to careers, generation of jobs which are suitable for a, let's say, highly qualified job market in Europe, and going in parallel with support to workers, let's say, could suffer because of the transformation of the job market and the decline of their current workspaces. So what we can understand from these examples we might analyze, we have the need of reskilling and upskilling, helping the workers to move from the different sectors. It was mentioned that the accountant, as Davide was saying, an accountant is doing the same job in a company, a green company or a gray company. That's true, but it's not really, will not be really true with the enforcement of regulations which are obliging the companies to have to account also financially for their emissions, and they want to get access to incentives. So also in the accounting space and in the company finance, there is the need of helping them to pivot, and probably you need different skills to be absorbed. And I want to stress the opportunity of which the European context to develop jobs in the bioeconomy space. The projections are quite important from the different sources we might find from the bioeconomy strategy, especially that the investment in developing a European bioeconomy should result in a quite important impact in terms of generation of jobs. which is an order of magnitude higher than the number of jobs we have been already achieving. So probably for Europe, the transition of bioeconomy, so the green bio space, would be the key for transforming the job market in a really impactful way. So raising from few percent of the job market to a relevant component of the job market under, let's say, the green label. Initiate is a project which spots on this space in terms of understanding how the higher educational institutions should reframe their offer in terms of offering services from the labs and supporting the generation of skills to sustain this reframing of both the industries and the job market in the close future. We are around the midterm of the project, so the demonstration hubs in Croatia, Portugal, and North Macedonia are being implemented. And we believe that this project will develop nice suggestions and lessons about what the research and educational institutions should do in this field. So to conclude, this is my main concern in these months and years. There was a lot of work in Europe and worldwide to define what a Green Deal should be. So it's a matter of believing or not that this is going to create jobs. And of course, the way we measure jobs, the way we frame jobs can change our understanding and even, the way we think this is going to impact in the job market. But for sure, this is going to impact our lives, because it's not just a matter of changing the jobs and creating new jobs. It's a matter of changing the way we, let's say, coexist among us, and we coexist with the planet. There is a lot of talking now about security deal. So because it seems that the Green Deal is not being good enough to revitalize our industries and then to create new jobs and to reframe our economical system, we need something else. And the nice idea is that this something else could be security, defense, and so switching money and policies from something we have been trying to do. And we might discuss if China is doing this better or Africa could make it better. But for sure, we didn't try this till the end. So it's really time to change the deal. Probably we should think a little bit more before throwing the baby with the water and try to understand a little bit better what we did and how we can improve it in the close future.